Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope your eardrums and your earbuds are ready, because it's once again that time in the night. Boof's Corner. Put them drugs in your butt.
Welcome back to Boof motherfucking Corner. What's up, homies?
It's Boof's Corner.
Boof's in the high. And now I had a topic that was on my mind from the past couple of days that it's happened to. Certain things have happened to me that I've been thinking to you guys about. There's a certain time in my life that the world needs to know about and that you guys know about. Some of you have experienced. Some of you guys know about.
Have we told the story on the phone?
Nope. I guarantee you we haven't.
All right.
Welcome to Boof's Corner, Connecticut Style. All right. So, for a period of time, Boof was living on an island in Connecticut. This is a crazy story, and I wanted to bring that up. Have you guys ever lived in weird places, not at home, that you were told you had to go somewhere else? Your boy Boof was told that he had to go live somewhere else, and he was forced to go live on an island in Connecticut. A cool thing about
What was the island called?
Ender's Island. Y'all motherfuckers, we'll get to them. Ender's Island, go Google it. It's an island off of Connecticut that's connected to Mystic, Connecticut. Do any of you guys know anything about Mystic? Do you know any movie buff over there? We got anything about Mystic?
Is that Cape
Mystic.
Cod, Cape Fear?
Pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, classic.
Way off. What is it?
Mystic Pizza
Never
was
heard
a
of it.
movie. I think Julia Roberts.
I
was
like
in that
her.
movie.
I like her.
Hottie Boombalottie.
Yeah, it's a pretty woman, right?
She is a pretty woman. I don't know if she was in the movie Pretty Woman. I know she was in the movie with...
She was in the movie buff? Yeah.
All right, so, Boof, this is where you guys are getting into my life. So, for a while, I was living in Connecticut. I was living with a bunch of monks.
We have a guest?
We do have a guest. Do we have a guest?
We do have a guest.
He's a permanent guest. He's a permanent host.
Yeah, so you still have to introduce him as a guest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Being rude.
we have Teach.
Don't patronize me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Teach, introduce yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was fun. No, I don't want to be introduced.
All right,
Because he's a part of Boys Club.
This is Boys Club derivative Boys Club.
So that's why he isn't necessarily a guest.
No, he is a guest, though, because Boof's
Everybody
Corner...
that's not Boof is a guest.
Exactly.
You're both my guests.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we're getting this all together.
I am also a guest, but you didn't introduce me.
Back to the point.
Can you introduce me?
We have, ladies and gentlemen, the most uncomfortably obnoxious, annoying, smelly, rude, crude, and totally unacceptable individual in the high. He'll speak for himself. His name is motherfucking Hater. Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, we got Hater, we got Teach, back to Connecticut. Have you guys ever lived in any places out of the States?
No, man, I've always lived in... What's up, baby?
Delco boy.
Yeah.
Delco all day.
You have family, though, that lives out of the state?
Yeah.
And do you have family that lives out of the state?
No, yeah, I do.
What state?
Florida.
Oh. Oh, you got some Florida folk.
Some Floridians.
And you got some even
Yeah.
weirder folks. The
I mean, I got a lot in Delaware.
Delawareans. We all know them
I
bean
bet
boys.
they like that Jim Beam, baby.
Everybody knows that everybody...
Coming through their fucking faucets.
Yep. Everybody knows that if you live in Delaware, all you do is drink Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Is that a
Drink
fact?
Jim
I
Beam.
mean, I'd throw a little meth and heroin in there. And
A lot of meth and heroin, but hey, who's judging?
But we love our Delaware folks, right?
We do love our Delawareans.
We do love our Delawareans, but they do love Jim Beam.
They love that beam.
So there was an event that happened in my life that caused me to have to go and move to Connecticut. So I was living in an island.
Wow, Boof. What was that event?
Well, I made a little Whoopsie Goldberg, and I drank too much, and I hit another vehicle. I got a little bit of a...
Let me ask you, Boof. How much is too much?
I blacked out, but I blew a .222.
What's the legal limit?
.08.
All right.
In Pennsylvania. Is that around the.
I'm pretty sure it's a standard.
All right.
So
So
it might vary, but
I fucked up, man. I fucked up. I hit somebody. I got drunk driving, and I had to get recalibrated.
you were a little bit more than drunk driving though. At a 2 point.
0.22. You know.
You were at 0.22.
Yeah. So it was
0.22 point. Yeah.
a
you
bad situation.
You were not in a good.
A lot more intoxication in me than should have been.
Who was in the car that you hit?
Man, this is
Was it a
sad.
family?
This is a
a
shitty
family,
There
huh?
was a mama and a
Okay.
bebe,
All right.
a young child, and everything is all resolved now. Everybody's okay.
Yeah, they survived, right?
Everybody survived. It's all good.
They
It's
did
all,
sue you though, right?
They did sue me, so the
Did they get
court.
anything
It's
out of it?
all good now.
How much did your insurance have to pay out for that?
I think they went in. They started at $100K, like, and it got down to like $8.
$8,000.
Yeah. Because it was a whole crazy story, dude. It just took like the way the proceedings went, the way the legal proceedings went. It just took a very, very, very weird turn of events. I got a little bit more comfortable with the $8K versus the $100K. So
Yeah, if you were comfortable with that too.
yeah, so everybody's okay. So because of that little whoopsie, I had to take a vacation and I had to recalibrate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met some cool folks up in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And I was living on the island. And, dude, this place was so fucking cold that it wouldn't snow.
Well, it was on the water, correct?
It was.
Yeah. All right. I remember.
Because
I visited you
you
once.
visited me, man. And that was cool. That was cool. And what do you remember of this fucking creep town? When you were coming around the bend and you were coming around there, when she comes.
I mean, you could tell the people who lived there, the people that lived there permanently, had a lot of money. There was a lot of nice houses going on in that area. But
That's a very, very true point. Have you ever been to Connecticut?
I've been through it.
Dude, it's a money mogul place.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people. and
It's
if
a
you
retirement place.
If you
man.
live in Connecticut, you got money. But the people who lived here in particular
In this particular,
Had
we
a
call
lot-
them the indigenous folk.
had a lot of money, yo.
Oh, on right around the island, right before you got
Yeah.
on to the.
Yeah, I don't remember.
One of your favorite Jurassic Park was one of your favorite movies. This is kind of that scene where like there's like a big
Right. I
beautiful
don't
outside,
remember. I
but
don't
then-
remember. I don't remember people on the island.
the boys.
You were on the
The
island.
boys were on the
right.
island.
But the indigenous people were on the outside.
I don't consider them the indigenous. I was being a
So
little bit
you
more
were the indigenous.
Yeah, I was kind of being more specific to the.
Oh, doesn't make any sense.
Well,
but all right,
we were trapped on the island.
you were trapped there, but you were
Indigenous might not be the right word.
not. You weren't born and raised there. No. That wasn't the place where your people
No.
are from. I mean, I guess it's where the place where your people go,
Yeah, it's a better way to put it.
aka drug addicts and alcoholics.
The broken toys. We called it the
Not like me.
We called it the island of broken toys. And I have to, so this is a crazy thing because, oh man, I have so many stories to tell you about this. So this was the first time I was molested. Whoa!
What are you talking about? How old were you?
28?
Can you even get molested at 28?
Let me tell you a story. All right, so it was not molestation is the right word.
It might have been.
So check us out.
You tell me, and we'll
You guys be the detectives.
We'll be the judges.
But anyway, so I'm on the island, and I'm on the island with like 12 other dudes. Collectively,
Sausage fest.
we have 8 months of sobriety.
Not good.
12 people.
Not
12
good.
dudes. We're all under
It's
the age of
It's not looking good.
between the ages of like 18 and 26. So we got 8 months of sobriety, 12 dudes. We're pretty fucking bored. We're sitting on a fucking island in Connecticut. So what do? We just hang out and chill. We have to go to recovery meetings all the time. We have to go to church every single morning.
Where?
On the island. It's a regimented schedule. Like
It's all on the island.
Yeah,
You're
like
not
si-
allowed to leave the island.
not until you trick them. So
Here we go.
I was the only one who was able to trick them because I was the only person who had an actual college degree. So I got them to believe that I could get a job. They gave me keys to the fucking car. And I got a job outside the island at a bike shop selling bikes. So I was out.
You really did?
Yeah.
I thought you were joking when you told me that.
No, man. And I would go stop at the liquor store on my way home. Put the liquor in the back of the
You
trunk.
wrote letters, right?
Yeah, I still have your letters.
Because you couldn't. Fuck it. What was I talking about in letters?
I mean, I was talking to you, but the letters were really when I was in rehab. So that's when I was in Scranton, and I was talking to you about how when I was in this hellhole, I hate where I'm at, and I
I don't have any of your letters anymore. I might somewhere.
I have yours, but I remember, but that was way before. But then after I got out of there, I relapsed, drank for 30 days straight, Then they kicked me back.
You did some pretty weird stuff in those 30 days.
That's when the fun happened. We talked about it, the fisting and all that.
Yeah.
So in that period,
the baseball mitt, just like that.
Yes, that's that period of time.
Yeah.
So that fun train ends, and my body is like, you got to get the fuck out. So my body goes, and my parents go rehab. I go to rehab. Then from there, I stay in rehab. They keep me in the ICU unit for 12 days.
What?
Yeah. Like
why?
They couldn't get me a bedroom because they didn't. It was a weird. I don't really know. They didn't have a bed for me. They didn't think I was going to be there for that long. You're only supposed to be in like that little weird place where everybody's about to seizure out for like 4 or 5 days. I was there for 12 days.
Right. So fuck anybody who needs a bed in the ICU.
I was just chilling. But it was it was real shitty because it was solitary confinement. I was just sitting there like watching all these tards like, fish out and shit. But I was cool by like 4 days. So anyway, then they go door to door, and they're door to door, rehab to recovery. So that's when they ship me right from the rehab to Connecticut. So I'm now on my way so I get out to Connecticut right from the rehab. We get in there. It's all boys club. And it's just
shouts out to boys club.
And that's where all the bad thinking thinks in. So we're all sitting there. I'm sitting there. I can manipulate people in rehab situation. Like, hey, you guys want to get fucking drunk? They're like, no. I'm like, well, just a couple of shots won't do anything.
Couple won't do shit.
Yeah, but this is what's crazy about it. And this is where I hope the people who watch this thinking critically say Ender's Island is a horrible place, because the place I was at, they had retreats for people who were not sober. So if you wanted to go there, let's say you graduated and you lived in Connecticut and you wanted to come there, that place was stocked with liquor for people outside the island. So the indigenous people, I knew about it. And so me and the 12 boys, we figured out where it was hidden. We broke in. We took the alcohol.
Wait. How did you figure out where it was hidden?
Because they allowed some of the guys to work in the kitchen. All the booze was hidden in the kitchen.
Okay.
And then the passcode was the cook's birthday. Mm-hmm. So we already figured that out. We figured out how to get in, and it was just like a crime scene.
How did you break in? Okay.
It wasn't really breaking in.
Right.
But the time we actually broke in was when we went through the ceiling.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear about.
That's when we figured out.
We're going to get to that?
We're coming to that because we had gotten caught too many times going through the actual locked door where we knew the cook's birthday. And then we
Did he get fired?
No. No, the person who put the code in got in trouble, but he didn't get kicked off the island. But then we figured out in the basement, in the back corridor, there were ceiling tiles you could push up. And if you crawled through the ceiling tiles, it would drop down into this room that had a door with no knob on it. That's where the creme de la creme was at. That's where the goods were. And we literally dropped down like a scene from a movie, and we dropped 4 bottles.
Who's we?
The little kid who molested me.
You got to get into the whole fucking
story. What's the
story.
molesting going on?
Oh, man. So, okay, I'm sorry. The guy who molested me.
You need to build up.
The little creep who attacked me.
How did you figure out the drop ceiling was there, and how did
just from trial and error?
Okay, trial and error. But how were you trying and failing?
We kept looking, and we kept finding nothing, and then we found this door, and we just literally started to climb deeper. Hey, look, this goes further and goes. Oh shit, this goes into this room. Oh shit. We literally just trial by error. We just kept looking and looking.
And how did you end up talking this? Who is this little boy?
His name is John.
Okay. You don't have to say his name. But
his name is Jay.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And he still works there now. And
he still works there?
He's the head of groundskeeping now. And a buddy.
But he was a patient.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
How do you know he still works there?
Because a buddy of mine a week ago sent me a picture that said, this guy is going to die here. And one of my buddies who was there just sent me a message yo, this homie's going to die on this fucking island.
So your buddies are back?
My buddy's he's my friend. He was just yo, John.
But are you saying your friend who works there?
He never left.
Are you? Wait. But hold on. Who's sending you these pictures?
My other buddy named C.
Does he work there?
No, he just is friends with him on Instagram.
Okay.
And he sees that Jay is still living on Ender's Island, still living it up. And he's still there. So, Jay...
Are they paying him at this point?
Yeah, he's now on the payroll. Jay is small enough that we can push him through the rafters. He grabs the alcohol. We get back. That night, a guy drinks himself into a coma.
What?
A guy drinks himself into a coma.
How much alcohol? How many of you guys were there?
4.
How much alcohol do you
We
take?
drank 4 bottles. A bottle per person.
Okay, but
Let me rephrase this. He drinks enough that he slips and cracks his head on the wall and splits himself into a coma.
that makes more sense.
That's actually how that happened. But bringing it all back, a couple weeks before that happened, Jay and I are playing Uno in my room. It's just me and Jay. We're playing Uno. I had already gone to the liquor store and brought back a bottle of booze. Gang, gang. So good
So
time.
were you doing that regularly?
Yeah.
You had a car?
By this point, I've been doing it like 4 times a week.
So let me ask you this. When I came to visit you,
I was not sober.
man, but you did look good.
I was sort of sober, but like I was dancing with the devil. I was like, hey, I got
So you lied to me.
Yeah, probably.
Man.
But I wasn't unhealthy.
What are friends for?
Let me continue. So I got caught for the whole thing. I got kicked out.
No, I know. I heard the whole story.
So
Except for that part.
the J part.
You left that whole part out.
And the J part.
What J part?
This part.
Okay.
So we're playing Uno. John and I are having a good time.
J.
We're playing Uno. So me and Jay are playing. And Jay is notorious for being a belligerent when he's drunk. Mm-hmm. I've seen it before, but he was always like...
On the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But like I'm like 5'7".
You guys should be getting drunk. You should be getting drunk.
Yeah, I'm 5'7", like 5'8". This guy's like 5'2".
Dude, hold on, wait. He's 5'2".
I'm not tall.
He's 5'2".
I'm like 5'6", 5'7". This guy is 5'4". He's a little guy.
Uh-huh.
So I'm bigger
So
than
he's
this
bigger
guy.
than you.
Yeah.
If he's 5'4", he's bigger than you.
Okay, so this is what happens.
He must be 4'8".
He's getting a little frisky with me. Like he's being like, hey man, like this game's cool, but like you want to do anything else? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. Takes his shirt off. Lunges at me.
What?
Lunges at me.
In front of people?
No, it's just me and John. Me and Jay.
Right.
I mean, you brought him a bottle of...
I brought booze.
Yeah.
I'm playing cards. Like,
You sent him all the right signals.
I guess. Well, he thought it was time to get it on, so he jumps on me. I'm like, Jay, what are you doing? Like I'm at this point, I'm drunk, and I'm like, this is not cool. Like, Jay, what are you doing? He's grabbing my shit, like, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's okay. I'm like, Jay, it's not cool. Like, what are you doing? You don't mean. He's grabbing my wrists. He's grabbing, like, pushing my hands down, and then Dave, my boy Dave Barry, walks in and goes, what are you doing, John? I'm like, yo, Dave, get him. Dave walks in and grabs John, throws this guy across the room, smacking him into the fucking cut like this is like a dresser, hits him off the dresser and goes down. And I'm like, this is totally out of control. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, this guy's acting out of control. And remember, we're in a sober community, so everybody's got to keep their shit tight. Like, shut the fuck up. No screaming, no yelling. Like, what are you doing? Like, we got to keep this shit low key. Well, he's all like, ah. So then,
Who's he?
Jay.
Jay's all.
Jay's. Well, we end up like Big Dave Barry ends up like subduing
Fuck,
him, putting him
he
down a
choke
little
him out?
bit. Yeah, put him down. Well, now we got a dead body on our hands. Not literally, but now he's passed out. But his bedroom is way across the courtyard.
So
he
all
has
right.
to wake
so,
up.
so
and,
I heard this part of the story. I didn't hear the first part.
So we have to wiggle him back to his room.
You told me he got too fucked up and just
Yeah.
passed out. You never told me he tried to rape you.
Well, it was a
Which
lot.
is really funny because it's really funny that happened to you. Because didn't you try to rape somebody once?
Well,
You've been known to play a little too deep in the cut for some folks.
the joke
Let's
was
hear it.
that there was an incident involving an individual where I had made a gay joke
Gay joke. Okay.
while this individual was in a vulnerable place, a sleeping bag, and I was being a little too friendly. I
Did
think
you
the
climb
joke.
in the sleeping bag with
No,
him?
I don't think I did.
He was just like...
Were you
in
blackout
cuddle
drunk?
Position.
Not blackout, but I do remember like making the comment like it's not gay. Like, I remember making a joke. It's not gay if you're sleeping or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't go over well.
Well, funny story. On the next episode of Boof's Corner, we're going to have Donnie Boy as a guest. So,
That's good, and I appreciate his opinion on it, but it was a joke. Didn't go over well.
we're going to have his opinion on the podcast. So.
All right, well, that happened, and you can tell him about my most recent rape experience.
Well, you're going to tell him about it right now. Let's hear it. Because he listens to the podcast.
That was what it was, dude. It was fucking bizarre.
All right, so and then what happened? You had
Then we had to get his body back to
There
his
we
fucking
go.
room. And at that point, we're literally walking across a courtyard where his feet are on my feet, and I'm like puppeteer mode. Like
Weekend at Bernie's style.
Weekend at Bernie's. We're like moving his body back, throw him into the bedroom. He goes to bed. It's all good. And then that sad event happened where Dave like gets super drunk and trips on his way up. He hits his head, goes into a coma.
The same night.
Same night. Goes into a coma, and then this event causes me to get kicked out because when he goes into a coma, they come to get me. I am blackout drunk. I don't wake up until 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and they tell me, dude, you pissed the bed. I was covered in urine. And they're like,
That's about right.
They're like, we blew. They said that we blew your alcohol. And at this point, I might be fabricating this. I don't remember the date, but I remember something. You blew like a 0.3 when we were we couldn't move you. And the reason that we didn't call anybody is because you were so they were talking to me like I was so fucked up. They were worried about me moving, so they just like let him lay, let him sweat it out or whatever. And then when I came to the next day, I was totally naked, and my counselor or whatever sitting in the corner of the room, and he goes, "Remember what happened?" And I'm like, ugh.
Yo, if you're in fucking alcohol, like if you're in rehab for alcohol, why would you get blackout drunk? Why wouldn't you just get like a little drunk?
Dude, you're hanging again. I want to bring us back to the initial comment. You're hanging out with 12 dudes who have 8 months of sobriety collectively, and you're sitting on an island that is stocked with alcohol, and you allow your indigenous folk to go out off the island and gallivant about getting a job. You're dealing with trickety tricksters. Like I'm a snake charmer.
You are a salesman.
I can talk my way out of it. All of us could on this island. So, of course, we're up to mischievous activities. It really shouldn't. And we're all getting busted for pot, too. Like, people were smoking weed. Like, because all the kids that were on there, I was the only person who had a college degree. So all these kids would go to college on the island in Connecticut. So they were picking up drugs at the college campus and bringing them back. And Dave Barry then, after I left, the kid who saved me, he overdosed 1 month later off of heroin after he got back, and he's dead.
All right,
On
why
the
would you
fucking
bring
island.
this down?
It's just the truth of the island. The island was fucked up. Like, that place was fucking gnarly, man.
You always have people dying around you. I gotta take a piss real quick, but hold that story.
But that was a wild event, man. Like, the whole event of me going... the whole event of me going to Connecticut... The whole event of me going to Connecticut is totally insane.
So
everything that happened out of there is wrong. It shouldn't have happened the way it did.
So summer camp's a cool place to go, huh?
Summer camp with drug addicts. It sucked because there was like the intentions were good, and the people that were there were good, and the kids were there that were good. I'm gonna say kids because we're kids. We're like between the age of 18 and under 26.
How old was Jay when he tried to he hop on you?
22, maybe 21.
And the question is, how many other unsuspecting young men
It's happened a lot.
Tried to
it's been another issue. He's been very aggressive with men and women.
Nice.
I think when he drinks, he gets I know he gets very aggressive and nasty. So he can't drink. He's from inner city New York. Little Hispanic guy, like real like real high energy, just like really
Speedy Gonzalez.
Kind of a little Speedy Gonzalez guy, but nice enough, but like just don't drink. He gets nasty. Like you can't be jumping on your boys.
Yeah. So that was the end of it, huh? That was the coup de grace.
That was the
the capstone.
That started.
everything.
That was like the domino effect of a bunch of events that eventually ended up in me getting kicked out.
So like after that event, you still found yourself with Jay like breaking into places and like you're lowering them down from ceilings and shit. Like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It wasn't long after because he ratted us out and said that he was drinking after the Mission Impossible event. He got busted. Yeah. So he had to tell on like how to get the alcohol. He says he didn't tell on me, but I had security like in my room searching the shit out of my shit, and it wasn't a coincidence at all. So. I mean, again, like 2 weeks ago, I got a picture of him. He's now groundskeeping. I have family that live out there now.
That's the time that you almost got molested? Mm-hmm. That was it?
Yeah, you said that was the first time.
Yeah, that was the first time you said.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. That was the time I was molested. It's a better way to put it.
No, but you said that was the first time that he tried to molest you. Wasn't there another time?
No. That was the time he molested me. I'm sorry.
But you just said that was the first time.
first time I was molested. Well, I guess it is technically the first time.
It is the first time I was molested,
It
and the
implies
only
that
time.
there's more.
Yeah,
But that's
I'm
not. No, you went. That was the first time.
I'm sorry.
Like he molested you again.
That was a little bit of theater dramatics added to it.
2 more years from now.
I don't think so, man.
you'll
I
find
think
the truth.
you molested you. I think there was another story that you told me where you got molested.
No, that was the time.
All right.
Think
well.
how long it took him to admit that first time.
All right. Well,
How long was it since I was there? Like 2016?
it was. Probably 2016.
That was so.
Was it
gnarly.
2016? Because no.
Yeah, and I got a
What-
DUI in 2016, and I had to go out there 16 to 17.
So you missed fucking
That's why I wasn't at
the 17th gathering.
and the march. So that was. That's my excuse. I'm blaming
Whoop,
John
whoop.
M.
Yeah.
Man, that was gnarly. So I guess that was what I wanted to do at Boofio today. I wanted to talk about a weird story. I have a bunch more that we could like go on again and again. I hope you guys had a good time with that story. I have a couple more that I'd like to go down to next time.
What about this time?
But
We only did. Are we doing that now?
I don't want to do it. But I do want to tell you this.
But wait, isn't it a boys' club thing? That's a boys' club thing, right?
I mean, it kind of is.
All right, then I don't want to do it. I want
Is
this.
that our get out of jail free card?
That is our get out of jail free
I mean,
card.
you did say this was boys' club.
No,
All right,
but
so
we
you
changed that.
dabbled,
You
yeah, you
should.
fused
Yo, so here's where I'm at.
You should tell our story.
All right, I another story.
Yeah. I mean,
Show us your butt.
We only did fucking 22. I mean, I guess one story per.
One story is good. Do you guys have any other stories where you've been touched on by another man, has attacked you and tried to molest you?
The closest I got is.
Were you molested as a kid?
Not molested, but remember when we were hanging out in my room?
Oh,
and
yeah.
he
Got
the
weird.
first thing he did when he came in the house was just rush me. His brother. He like.
Oh, that was
he
weird.
had come in panicking, and so he didn't really know what to do. But the
L
first thing
Dog
he
was
did
acting a little funky.
jump on top of me on my bed and like shake me up and down.
L Dog had a weird
yeah.
event with me too, where he was getting a little bit like it was just weird. He was just getting too high, I think is what it was. It was way too high.
Yeah, like I couldn't tell if I was being trolled or not.
That's the way I felt.
But I think he
don't
wasn't
think you
trying
were.
to troll. I don't. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't trying to.
I don't think you were being trolled. I was just,
L Dog is L Dog.
That's
L
the only
Dog is
time
L Dog,
I was like
so-
confusingly rushed by another guy.
But shouts out to L Dog. He's watching his shit. So
L Dog. We
We
love
love
that
you,
guy.
buddy.
We love that dog.
Yeah.
We love the L Dog. One of my favorite, going back, if we're gonna wrap it up here, is some of the favorite memories we do have. And I can say we is because you've been there. Is some of the old days ripping some old tobacco pipes in your room.
yeah, right.
Those are
Back
some
in
old good days.
My GPs.
I remember learning about weed in your day.
Yeah.
In there, and then
That was a nice little adventure.
the first I remember hearing you walk in, you go, check this out, and you put on the song Freedom, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? What are we doing here?
And then didn't it go into Captain Fantasy?
It transitioned into a whole
Yeah.
thing, and here we are now to today. It's just like
I think we talked about this on a previous episode
Did
too.
we?
Like we were not taking real acid at all either.
yeah, that was the NBOME days. Yeah.
And being on me days tastes like you're
Bad.
sucking on pennies.
That shit worked though.
Have you guys heard of this new shit?
If you wanted it to.
Have
Yeah.
you heard of this shit in the gas stations called maybe even you, it starts with an N, like nitrogen. It's like an energy drink.
No.
This is my last story. All right, we'll wrap it up with this. So this guy,
Is it Nas? It's not Nas.
Nos,
Nah, it's been around forever.
Yeah,
What are you
I've
talking
known
about?
about.
but it has a number to it. Not NOS, like the blue can, the drink.
Right,
Not
yeah.
that. This is yellow. It's a powdery crystal. It's not something you can get. I have this whole recording. Maybe we can get this on the air because I have a recording of a guy who is calling me losing his fucking mind because he took some, and he's my employee who took some, and I'm like kind of instructing him to like, hey, is everything cool? You got to go work, and he
Of course, yeah. Is everything okay? You got to go work.
He loses his fucking mind, is cussing at me, freaking at me, tells me, he goes, I can't feel my hands. I can't feel my hands. I have to go to the emergency room now. And just, it's about a 7-minute conversation of
I think you did tell me this story. I don't think I heard the recording.
I got to get the
The
recording.
guy who he had to go back to the van because he didn't feel good.
He didn't
and-
feel good. So he goes back to his van, didn't feel good. And then he's like, comes back
Yeah.
to me like, he's like, yo, Boofio, whatever. you should go to, he told me like I should go to prison because I didn't call an emergency unit. I didn't call 911 immediately when he told me he had to go back to the van. And I'm like, dude, you just told me your hands were cold. Like you didn't.
It was cold. It was cold out at the time.
It was 46 degrees, Aiden. It wasn't cold.
That's kind of cold though.
If you're a pussy.
If you're wearing a t-shirt and nothing else.
Nah, but this guy's been doing it right. He was prepared and he knew what we were walking into.
Or if you're from the South.
Wasn't from the South.
Really cold.
Nope, not from the South. But he literally was overdosing. I had to take him. We had to take him to the emergency room, and in the emergency room, the guy has a fucking seizure. He's like sitting there in the fucking like, blah, 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 all because of this NOS energy powder that you can take. And he kept, in his words to me, for any of you listeners, if you're looking for warning signs, his words to me: I can't feel my hands. I can't feel my hands. My hands are falling off. And the next thing I know, he's just losing his mind, cursing at me, below, just complete chaos.
So much energy. So it's a powder
Yeah.
you put into what, water?
Yeah, I think it's a powder you put into a drink.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's at gas stations for sure.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Should
I
get some of that and try it.
Dude,
right here, right now.
That's what I've told all my kids. Like, yo, the kids I work with, I'm like, yo, if you tell me your hands are not, you can't feel your hands.
Just chop them off.
I'm
really
leaving
won't
you.
Be able to feel
Dude,
it.
that's where I'm at with my big toe. My big toe's so goddamn painful, I'm cutting it off.
What's wrong with you? Is it your nail?
No, it's because, so, for those of you that don't know, I have Tourette syndrome. So that causes you to tick. You guys already know. But I have a tick in my right foot where I constantly move my right toe, my big toe, where I'm digging. Like, I dig holes in all my shoes.
Really?
Yeah, I have to fucking always change my inserts and shit, but I always dig holes. But it causes calluses on my fucking toe. It's just fucking painful because like my toe's always bruised and fuck. It's annoying. But I'm ready to cut the fucking thing off. I don't need it. But everyone says you need your big toe for fucking balance. You don't need it.
I think for balance.
You don't need it.
The pinky's more balanced, boy. Isn't it?
Maybe you just need.
I don't
the
think
outside?
that. I don't think the pinky is, but
Maybe just like the ball, like the lower part of the.
just cut it off. The whole thing.
My sister just had a surgery where she had both of her big toe nails removed.
What?
It's disgusting.
Is that a thing? Why?
They're fungus. There's like a fungus growing on them.
She must have some gnarly shit.
And so they literally had them pulled off, and now there's no nail. And she was showing it me, and it's just like raw pink flesh. And that's better than having the nail, because the nail was like yellow and black and like.
Like this?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is it like that?
Dude, that looks like a fucking crab claw that just. That looks like the end of a crab's claw. You are fuck. I need to go to a doctor for my heart, and you need to go get your fucking.
I just went to the fucking podiatrist. I have to cut those nails with fucking wire cutters.
Ah!
Yeah, they're so thick.
That reminds me of what I was going to talk to you about originally with goats. Like that's like you need a chomper, a goat to chomp that shit.
All right, what's up with goats?
I heard and keep going. I heard about an alternative way to take care of your lawn is to buy and rent multiple goats, and what they do is, and they're talking about acres of land, and
right.
they get 12, 20.
So I would probably need one for where I live.
For where you need a tortoise. Yeah, there's a tortoise or a single goat. It eats the entire lawn and shits and naturally fertilizes the lawn. So you got the natural fert. You get.
But they ain't gotta deal with goat shit.
It's natural fertilizer.
So I guess you don't want to walk out there.
Again, I think it's more of a larger agricultural thing.
Right. Okay.
I don't think your lawn would benefit.
I would love to have a pet goat.
You're a benefit from a tortoise.
Just because they're cute as fuck. And I read the fucking bylaws in my township. No pet goats.
Really?
It says that.
No pet
goats.
Because it's definitely something that you can do. Like not illegally, but people do that.
Yeah, too many people were probably doing it, so
Right.
they had to put.
Or I thought about just getting one and be like, it's a fucking pit bull. Leave it alone. It's a mix. You know?
I do. I think it would be a good alternative. Or a tortoise, but.
I'm not down with turtles. We got rid of snake.
I heard. Sound off. I had a great event this evening. It was good seeing you guys.
Always.
I think that this episode is production-wise better than a lot of the work we've done.
Yeah, I agree.
Every episode I'd like to improve upon.
Might have something to do with the mics.
Maybe.
And the lights.
Might have something to do with the lights.
Yep. And that mask.
No.
That mask is that man.
I like that one. That one's creepy.
That's my favorite mask.
That's creepy.
It's in the eyes, man.
It is all your eyes. You could look like a pedophile. You could look like a creeper, a monster, just a real lurker.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you see this guy in the alleyway, a lurker, monster, with those eyes.
Right, yeah, but what do you mean he could look like a pedophile?
With those eyes, with the face, the dragon. Just look at this guy. He's like someone who hurts people.
How does a dragon look like a pedophile?
He doesn't look like
Who looks like a pedophile?
Dragons.
I mean, I think you know a pedophile when you see one.
No. We all know a dragon. We know a pedophile. It's that fat guy in the fucking in the grocery store.
I'm not 100% sure you do.
A fat guy in a grocery store looking all sideways, looking all creepy. You know what I'm talking about.
All right.
You guys seen the movie Identity?
No.
Yo, you seen the movie Identity?
Is that a comedy movie?
No, it's about with John Cusack.
Nah.
And the bad guy, it's all in his head. His eyes are going left and right, left and right. That's what a pedophile.
Who's John
looks
Cusack?
Like. You didn't catch what I did there, John Cusack?
No, I heard what you did there. But who is John Cusack?
John Cusack. He's a great actor. He has the ugliest sister. She is she looks like a dog. Just an absolute vomit pit.
Who is he, though?
He's an actor.
What movies has he been in that I would recognize him from?
You're not really a movie man. I don't think you'd recognize him.
Okay, I guess not.
Yeah, I would know John Cusack more from his reference in the song Scatterbrain, right? Somebody get on the piano. I'm calling John Cusack.
Dude,
Yeah,
what's
I
it?
guess
Like,
so.
John Cusack is like a great actor, but I can't think of any movies he's in. Huh? Yeah, he's in a bunch of movies.
Like what? Name
There's
something.
so many.
Dude,
I
he's been in
can't
so many
name
movies
them.
that aren't that
So
bad.
many memorable movies.
No. It's like he's in movies that aren't bad. I can't name
like
one.
normal, decent.
Was he in Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I think so.
I might have been.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Was he? Who was he?
The principal.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know who he is.
No, give me a Jay Cusack fucking...
I got you guys.
He's working on it.
I mean, he's...
Fidelity, that's
High Fidelity. That's so funny with Jack Black. These guys
Oh,
aren't...
he was in Identity. Oh,
Identity, I said
No,
that.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
That's the reason I brought it up. Identity.
Joking with you, that's what we're talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah, 16 Candles.
16 Candles with the fucking
Never-
yeah,
Kevin...
Off Dead. Remember that one? $2.
No,
Oh, my $2.
no.
He was a kid in Stand By Me.
Stand By Me.
A kid in Stand By Me.
Dude, you fucking seen it.
No.
I seen it, but
It's still Jay Cusack.
he was a kid.
It's Jay Cusack.
So he wasn't in that many movies. You just read off 4 fucking movies.
But these are
Dude, he's in hundreds of movies.
movies, man. Like, I don't think you've seen these.
I probably have.
Adult World, Drive Hard.
Who's in Singularity?
Factory.
He was in Singularity?
I've never seen that.
I haven't.
Must Love Dogs.
He's been in so many movies.
I
It
have
really
seen Must
sucks
Love
that
Dogs.
he is not getting a good...
Being John Malkovich.
Being John Malkovich is my favorite one.
He's
Oh,
the
that
guy.
kid?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he was in so many movies.
You don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
seen Being John Malkovich?
The guy with the black hair?
He goes into the hole. And
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that?
John Cusack.
Have you ever seen Being John
Now
Malkovich?
I know you're talking
They
about.
find a hole in the wall.
He was on
And they
so
can
many
crawl into
movies.
the hole in the wall and they become John Malkovich. But it's a real... Like, do you know who John Malkovich is? He's an actor. So it's a real movie where they're actually becoming a real actor, but it's John Cusack and his
Right.
cronies who are crawling inside John Malkovich's head. But then at one moment, John Malkovich finds out that they can go into a hole and go into John Malkovich's head. And so,
So
he's
weird.
like, wait, you can go into my own head? And John goes, let me go into it. So John Malkovich goes into this hole and then becomes John Malkovich. And everybody in the world is John Malkovich. So he's like... Everybody's like, he goes to this bar and like the bartender is John Malkovich. It's so fucking bizarre. It's so ridiculous. It's John Malkovich. I'm John Malkovich. John Malkovich. It is so good, John. It's meta as fuck, and the
Yeah, I'll have
ape
to
and
see
the
that.
remember the ape, the woman keeping the ape in the cage. This whole weird scene. It is a really strange movie. But when John Malkovich goes in John Malkovich's head, he goes,
I can't believe John Malkovich agreed to do this fucking movie.
right? John Malkovich.
He wrote
And they're
it?
at the dinner, and he goes, John
That
Malkovich, John
that would
Malkovich.
make more sense.
It was good. It's a good movie. It's actually a very, very good movie.
John Malkovich is also another great actor.
He is. He looks like a fucking douchebag.
He does.
He'd be such a prick. Do you even know who John Malkovich is?
No.
The bald guy
All
from
right.
fucking
Con Air.
from Con Air.
John's never seen
Oh
Con
my
Air.
god.
Uncultured.
He goes, Jojo, when Nicolas Cage is like, I'm looking for the guy with the bunny. The bunny. In Con Air. Because it's fucking that guy from all the Quentin Tarantino movies. Who's that?
23.
Who's the little creep guy?
You're talking about
Johnny 23.
He has the mask. He's like the Hannibal Lecter guy.
yeah.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve
Steve
Buscemi
Buscemi.
is in it, and he's like this monster in the movie. Oh, you got that bunny. Hold on.
It's a good movie. I used to be obsessed with that fucking movie.
It's action packed.
Con Air is good.
Yeah.
It's action packed. Like,
Con Air
and
is
all
good.
these characters in the movie
And
are
Tom
totally
Cruise.
ridiculous.
No, what? Not Tom Cruise. What's his name? Fucking.
John Cusack,
No, the other one. The other one.
Nicolas Cage.
That one.
It's a Nicolas Cage production.
Nicolas Cage.
And he's got long hair, and he's all fucking retarded. He's a tough guy. He'll beat everybody up. Yo, I got to give you a picture of John Malkovich, dude.
Quality content.
Dude.
Do it.
we're-
Can we wrap this up?
No,
let him
can we
look
put
for
a...
it.
Looked at John Malkovich on your own time. Like,
Nah, I want to see it right here.
No, we're doing it as a group.
Wrap it up.
All right, so does anybody they have anything they want to say about John Malkovich?
Cool guy.
He don't look familiar to me at all.
All right, would you suck
I
his
don't-
dick?
No.
Would you suck his dick?
Nah, I mean, maybe I like stretch the foreskin a little bit, but
You do a little
Not
fucking
suck it.
docking? Okay.
no, just like stretch it, like play with it. You know what I mean?
If
Like,
he is
make
cut.
hand puppets with it.
All right, well, this is Boof's Corner. We covered a lot of bases. I'm really glad to be chilling with the homies. It's been a while since we've got to do this. It's good to see you all. Hopefully we get to do another one of these next
boy.
week or within the next week or so. We got to keep these coming because I know everybody wants the pre-cum. That's what we're going to call new episodes for Boof's Corner. It's called pre-cum. So new episodes for pre-cum are coming soon. All right. Anybody else got anything?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah,
Pre-cum
that's
is coming soon. Love y'all. Fuck off and go boof something with your grandma.
I think I broke something off that plate.